The Royal Court has mourned the passing of the head of the military office of His Majesty the King, Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, Sheikh Abdullah bin Salman bin Khalid Al Khalifa. A statement issued by the Royal Court included prayer that Allah the Almighty would rest the soul of the deceased in eternal peace and bless his relatives with patience and fortitude. The Attorney General Dr. Ali bin Fadl al-Bu'ainain received the Assistant Minister of Foreign Affairs for Human Rights Affairs of Kuwait, Sheikha Jawahir Ibrahim Daij Sabah, and the accompanying delegation who are on an official visit to the Kingdom of Bahrain. They discussed ways to enhance cooperation in the field of human rights, including the establishment of a mechanism for exchanging experiences, information, and coordination to fulfill requests for judicial assistance. The meeting reviewed the national strategy of the public prosecution in Bahrain regarding the development of the criminal litigation system and highlighted the efforts of the public prosecution in enhancing judicial specialization, including the establishment of several specialized prosecution offices, units, and bureaus to investigate and handle criminal offenses of social, economic, and criminal significance, which includes the establishment of a trafficking in persons prosecution, making Bahrain the first Arab country to establish a specialized prosecution office for such cases. The delegation commended the relentless efforts made by the public prosecution in protecting public rights and freedoms, emphasizing the importance of the visit in supporting cooperation in the field of human rights to achieve the objectives of criminal justice. The Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Abdul Latif bin Rashid Al Zayani, continues his Arab tour as part of the preparations for the 33rd Arab Summit, which will be hosted by the Kingdom of Bahrain on May the 16th. During his meetings with Arab leaders, the Minister of Foreign Affairs conveyed the greetings and appreciation of His Majesty the King and His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, and their wishes for good health and well-being for them and for their people and countries' lasting security, stability, and prosperity. The leaders of the brotherly countries praised the hosting of the 33rd Arab Summit by the Kingdom of Bahrain under the leadership of His Majesty the King, expressing their confidence in the summit's success in achieving the goals and aspirations to enhance Arab cooperation. Al-Zayani also discussed with his counterparts in Arab countries the strong fraternal relations between Bahrain and their countries, as well as ways to enhance bilateral cooperation and joint coordination in all fields in the service of the mutual interests and goals. He also reviewed during his tour the ongoing preparations for the Arab Summit, the summit's agenda, topics, and issues to be included in the meeting of Their Majesties and Highnesses, the leaders of Arab countries. The preparatory meetings of the Arab League Council at the 33rd Summit, the Bahrain Summit, will commence on Saturday, 11th of May. The meetings will span over 4 days and will consist of 6 sessions involving senior officials from Arab countries prior to the summit meeting scheduled to take place next Thursday. The Minister of Oil and Environment and Special Envoy for Climate Affairs, Dr. Mohammed bin Mubarak bin Dana, met with the UK's Environment Minister, Rebecca Pow, to discuss ways to enhance environmental and climate cooperation between the two sides. The Minister, bin Dana, praised the strong bilateral relations between the Kingdom of Bahrain and the United Kingdom and the continuous growth in these relations in all areas, particularly in the field of environmental protection and climate security. He affirmed the desire to increase cooperation and coordination between the two countries, exchange information, experiences, and studies to achieve the common goals of sustainable development. For her part, UK Minister Pow expressed her country's pride in the bilateral relations that connect the two friendly countries. She commended the progress and development witnessed by the Kingdom of Bahrain in environmental and climate programs, projects, and initiatives, and affirmed the United Kingdom's keenness to enhance cooperation between the two countries in all environmental and climate change fields. The Kingdom of Bahrain's delegation participated in the quarterly meeting of the United Nations concerned with monitoring Daesh and Al-Qaeda terrorist organizations, which was held in the Australian capital, Vienna, in the presence of 35 countries. This is to follow up on the latest developments in the files related to tracking, monitoring, and analysis used by the countries. The ambassador, head of the strategic affairs sector at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, provided information on the international tracking mechanisms that emerged from the efforts of the international coalition against Daesh over the last 10 years, which combined diplomatic, political, security, and military elements and were adopted and developed by the specialized agencies in the Kingdom of Bahrain. She also reviewed the technical and analytical details that outline the future vision to limit the growth of ideological threats directed at dismantling and exploiting societies and spreading destructive extremist thought. The ambassador emphasized that the Kingdom of Bahrain, with its extensive national experience, keeps pace and cooperates in confronting terrorism and is proud of its men and women working to achieve a safe, prosperous, and stable country. The Parliamentary Division of the Kingdom of Bahrain took part remotely in an international parliamentary symposium via video communication technology on the sideline of the United Nations Science and Technology Forum entitled the Interparliamentary Union Charter on Ethics in Science and Technology, Harnessing Science, Technology and Innovation Responsibly. During the event, the delegation of the Parliamentary Division stressed that the ethical charter of the Interparliamentary Union on Technology must be based on the concept of coexistence, peace, and brotherhood among people. The delegation also explained that the Kingdom of Bahrain is a true model of coexistence, stressing that the legislative authority in Bahrain is keen to call for the implementation of His Majesty the King's directives by supporting the values and principles of coexistence at the international level, investing in the effective results of coexistence, and continuing to benefit from the record of the Kingdom of Bahrain in coexistence with all world countries. The Kingdom of Bahrain made a notable contribution to the events of Arabian Travel Market 2024, which took place at the Dubai World Trade Center. More details in this report.
The Kingdom of Bahrain made a remarkable impact at the Arabian Travel Market ATM 2024 held in Dubai. With the theme of transforming travel through entrepreneurship, the 31st edition of ATM surpassed expectations by attracting 40,000 visitors and witnessing a surge in business transactions with over 2,000 exhibitors and industry professionals from 160 countries. At Arabian Travel Market 2024, Bahrain played a pivotal role in fostering stronger cooperation among the Gulf Cooperation Council countries, driven by a shared vision of facilitating and enhancing tourism. The Kingdom's unwavering commitment to tourism integration took center stage, aiming to propel the sector's growth and elevate its contribution to economic, social, cultural, and civilizational advancement. During the event's panel discussions, Bahrain's efforts were highlighted, showcasing the significant growth of its tourism sector. The country's strategy focused on expanding capacity, providing high-quality opportunities, diversifying income sources, and boosting the gross domestic product. Bahrain's outstanding achievements were acknowledged and celebrated as it proudly secured 2 prestigious international awards as the Best Wedding Destination in the Middle East and the Best Major Wedding Venue in the Middle East for 2024, awarded to Exhibition World Bahrain. The impactful participation of Bahrain in the Arabian travel market has left a lasting impression, embodying the country's commitment to transforming the travel industry and shaping the future of tourism in the region.